Hi, I'm Brian, and welcome to my presentation of the word dialogic. This is actually my first time doing a video presentation since I do not like to online presentation. I do not like read words and sentence from the PowerPoint. So I choose to do a face-to-face presentation. So my presentation topic is dialogic. What does dialogic mean? So I found the definition of dialogic on Wikipedia that it is the use of conversation and shared dialogue to explore the meaning of something. So simply, if I ask a girl whether she want to go hang out with me and she say no, well, this is a very upsetting dialogue. And because the answer is no, and we both found out a result that we are all agreed, despite the fact that I'm not agree with. So this is a very simple dialogue that we chat on a daily basis. The important thing of dialogue is that we both agree with the result. Like for example, if we are doing a discussion board, I present my present view and the other shows their stand, their point of view, and we somehow found a concept that we are both agreed with. So this is a very simple dialogic. And the passage also describes another theme, which is authentic speech, which is pretty much what is President doing every day. So for example, President Xi, President Trump talked in the convention, they want their own country to be a better place for us to live. This is a authentic speech because they do not expect any response from others. They just want agreement. They just want yells from the audience. And which is kind of bureaucratic because this is not democratic at all. Because let me show you guys an example. Well, once a time my father told me he went to a very big convention that nearly about 5,000 people sitting in the convention, and President Xi talked in front of the convention that he want to pass about 100 different rules related to monetary policy and the tax revenue of the China. And every time he asked whether the whole jury, whole audience agree with the concept, almost everybody show a pass. There's a small package in front of each people, if one should pass, some up, reject, some down. Well, nearly about every people in that convention show a pass. I think the people do not have the right to judge. People do not want to be isolated from the others, so they have no choice but to pass these rules, which is not democratic at all. But this is one reason I do not like Chinese government, but I do love China very much, especially my hometown. And we're also going to talk about the difference between dialogic and the authentic speech. I'm gonna use an example to illustrate the difference between the two keywords. So once a time I was about 16 years old. I went Sri Lanka for about 14 years old international volunteering. Basically, I just went there to teach students basic rule of computer science, music, and some physics, maybe. And I went there just for the certificate. But I found a very interesting phenomenon that students and the teachers, they are almost in the same age, and the way they teach, the way they study are pretty like discussion board. A teacher are not fully qualified to teach students, and students have to do their own research with the teacher. The teacher also can learn from it, which is very interesting because unlike China, the teacher have to be about 45 years old or 50 years old that they can teach some upper level courses, which is kind of bureaucratic and formatic. I think China is the most formatic country in the world. They are very bureaucratic, but I do not quite understand how Western countries work because I'm not so yeah, and I do think this is a good way to study because teachers and students can learn both simultaneously. And I also learn quite a lot of things from students. I think students there are pretty smart, like 14 years old. Students know how to use Java and C++ as well as Python. Just they do self-learning through the internet. Like it's remarkable. Like students China do not like this kind of thing. They went 补课. They went a kind of like educational organization to have some external helps, and by the way, they also ask help from teachers to pay some money, which is not good. So yeah, I do think all dialogic studying is very important for some countries, especially for countries who are heavily exam based and exam oriented. So yeah. Well, I think some of my words and sentence sounds may be cliche and offensive, but I do not want to say some fake things. I just want to express my genuine idea based on reading the passage. So yeah, I think some countries' educational system have to be revolutionized in order to achieve a higher level. For example, yeah, you guys know it. And yeah, I want to emphasize the authentic speech also, because somehow authentic speech is very important in comparison to dialogic speech. There have to be some ground rules for the students to obey, but meanwhile, I think dialogic speech have to be more emphasized so that the students can talk to each other and they can have their own thinkings based on the instruction by the teachers, as well as the teacher also can be taught by students. Yeah, that's what I meant. So yes, thanks everyone. Bye bye.